Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Give Since Night 2. Give you guys the latest and exclusive content on new music, entertainment news, and inspirational quotes by me, the Queen's back at it again. So I'm here to do my thoughts on this March upcoming spring issue of the popular magazine cover of Rolling Stone, the magazine. And it features SZA, Megan Thee Stallion, and Normani Kordei. So they will be on the issue of March's Rolling Stone magazine cover. So here are my honest thoughts and opinions, and I will talk about each artist individually, and talk about how like I said, I want them to have longevity in the music business, and I will talk about some other things too. So of course we got to be honest, and I'm going to, just like I said, I'm going to be blunt and just speak from being honest and telling you guys how I feel as always, so y'all know the drill by now. SZA, I'm a fan of SZA, and I love SZA's music. SZA really changed the game in music with her debut album, Control. That album came out in 2017. And the album itself has a lot of that progression of R&B, alternative, and pop and hip-hop. SZA's music comes from a place of her personal experiences and things that she went through in her life, and she is resilient. She is underrated, and she really stands out in music. Why do I think that? I feel like she gives a lot of that essence of that authenticity, and in R&B and soul, she was able to create an album that really wasn't following the trends, but she was setting trends. She was pretty much one of the R&B artists that really tapped into that R&B and alternative sound and hip-hop sound. But at the same time, she gave a bit of an edge. She gave bits of that, sensuality and badass, and she was able to really craft an album where the album is cohesive. So Control is one of the best cohesive albums that I've heard so far. And SZA, basically, for her, she is working on her sophomore album, and I am really excited because really SZA, she brings a lot of that charisma, but at the same time she brings that mystiqueness in the way. And she doesn't try so hard with her music to fit in. And even with the R&B lane of music, she does bring something different to the table, because her influences, I really think that listening to her music, I like that she reminds me of the artists that came before her. I hear Janet Jackson, I hear SZA, I hear Aaliyah, I hear other artists I would say, it's a whole list. Even, Anita Baker. Now I know that may be far stretch that I've said Anita Baker, but in my opinion, I feel like she created a sound that was that is really well known. People know who she is as an artist, as SZA. And I understand people have their critiques of SZA, and I understand not everybody is going to be a SZA fan. That's fine. I feel she does bring something different and unique and fresh to the table with her music, because her music doesn't sound like everyone else. And her music doesn't sound that mainstream music that we're used to listening. But every time she puts out something, even her hit records down the line, she had pretty much 2017 and 2018, she had those years. So for her to come back with the sophomore album, I really am anticipating the growth I'm anticipating the diversity. I am anticipating her being able to like really, change the narrative for herself as an artist. And do not be afraid to, be creative and really, just push your artistry. And I understand it's like I said, nowadays when it comes to like, R&B artists and, what they have to offer in music, there's so much variety, there's so much going on, where there are people that really do want to hear a certain sound. They do want to hear a certain, like the sound. They want to hear the diversity. They want to hear the range. But I feel like SZA really did a great job making sure that she knows her sound and she's sticking to what she knows best. But with that being said, SZA, we're anticipating. Megan Thee Stallion is up next. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, she basically is doing her thing in music. My thoughts with Megan Thee Stallion, she has grown on me. I wasn't like a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan when she first came out, but as she has started to get more exposure, collaborating with other artists, becoming a household name, she basically, like I said, she has like that authenticity of a female rapper. And I know in hip-hop and female rap, we know the history. We know every generation they're gonna have their own female hip-hop rappers coming in the game. And I feel like Megan Thee Stallion, she does have like pretty much the best of both worlds. She does have like that old school feeling of rap, and she does have like that new school feeling of rap. With that being said, being specific, she does have like that nostalgia and that edginess of a rapper, that she has bars, she has flow, she has content, she has delivery. So she does have personality. She's more of a rebel badass, which is really cool. I feel like she brings something new and different to the table, because I feel like listening to her music, even the collaborations, it's kind of like she really she fills that void of like female rap in general. And it's good to see more female rappers come in the game and get more exposure and get the opportunities, and really make sure that they come through with their music. And I like that for Megan Thee Stallion. She does bring something worthwhile and thrilling. And I know, like I said, we gotta give her time to grow. She is still new. She is supposed to be putting out her debut album, Sugar, that's supposed to be out this year. So please stay in touch with more updated news on her. So her debut album, Sugar, should be releasing this year. And Megan Thee Stallion, like I said, she basically, like I said, she's pretty much the new it girl in female hip hop and rap, and that's good for her. And I wish her nothing but success in the future and to have longevity. Now, Normani Kordei. Now, you guys already know. I don't have to repeat myself when it comes to Normani Kordei about some things, but I feel like Normani Kordei, for her to be the next in line for herself and to really bring out something different and something edginess and something fresh to the table with her music. And I think that, and I understand, like I said, being a Normani Kordei fan, it is what it is. People will like her music, people don't like her music. But at the same time, as a Normani fan, I have to speak as a fan of hers, because I feel like she has done well catering to like both audiences, and she's pretty much like in the R&B and pop and alternative department. I feel like Normani Kordei, like I said, her showmanship and her like I said, dedication to make a household name for herself in music, because like I said, Normani Kordei is the next Normani Kordei, and I understand that people, they do have high expectations of her when it comes to being able to capture an audience, when it comes to being able to make an impact in music. I feel like she will do that, but like I said, she's still finding herself as an artist. She's still developing her sound. She is still making sure that she is still giving us content, but at the same time, she wants us to be able to, know who she is as an artist, and she is a household name. But that's why I'm so excited for her debut album, because I feel like listening to her music so far, her set list and her songs, and like I said, her catalog of songs, they have, she has a little bit of everything for everyone to listen to her music. So she has a little bit of variety. So she has like R&B, hip hop, pop, alternative, hip hop and all that good stuff. But the thing that I'm concerned for Normani is that, I just want her to be able to stay true to herself as an artist and be authentic, and don't be afraid to experiment with her music. And especially, like I said, for her, like I said, it's like she really pretty much is like one of the artists that is on the rise as well in R&B as well. I wouldn't say necessarily put her just in R&B. I would put her in like R&B and pop and alternative, because I feel like her music so far that she released her singles, she really proven herself and she really has showcased versatility. And it's very rare for artists to showcase a wide range of different genres in their music. I feel like, she will be able to, develop, like her artistry, and she will be able to develop her, true sense of like who she is as an artist. Yeah, and I feel like, all three of them, like I said, it's really refreshing and it's really commendable to see black female artists making music on one cover. You know what this reminds me of? Destiny's Child. With Destiny's Child, they had on the Rolling Stone of this magazine cover, and I was like a little girl. And I remember, seeing black women in music doing well, slaying, dominating the charts, being able to connect with their audience, because really it's like this. It's a catch-22, and yes, I will rant a little bit, but I'll be fair. I will not be, I'm trying not to, I'm just saying that it's very cool and very exciting to see black artists really make noise and make a household name for themselves in music, because it's like when it comes to black music and the music and black artists, like I said, throughout generations, they have shown versatility and range, being creative. That's what I want to see in these artists today. And for artists like SZA, Megan Thee Stallion, and Normani Kordei, they do bring something refreshing in music. They don't all, and really, to be honest, they don't sound alike. They really don't. When I listen to like their music, and I listen to any artist in general, the music, I know who's who. And really, I think that listening to their music, it has allowed me to see, and hear like who they, like, okay, this is a SZA record, this is a Megan Thee Stallion record, this is a Normani Kordei record, because musically they're inclined. So it's like, that's what I want to hear from them in the future. I want to hear, like, when you hear them on the radio, you know who's who. And also, like I said, as black women, they are representing black women as well, and they are representing black women dominating music. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, yes, I will go there, but I'm trying not to, not turn up too much of a Super Saiyan level. I'm trying to keep it cute. I feel like to see black women thrive in music, it's really important, it's really refreshing, because I remember the days of seeing like black musicians, male and female, doing well in music. I go back down memory lane for the females, like Missy Elliott, Lil' Kim, Eve, Mary J. Blige, Brandy, Aaliyah, Janet Jackson, Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, Beyonce, Destiny's Child, TLC, the list goes on, and for the males, let's see, Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Earth, Wind, Fire, like I said, Usher, Chris Brown, Omarion, just to name a few, so you guys get an idea where I'm coming from. And to see this generation of new artists really come into the game is like, it's a circle, it's pretty much a cycle, and it's like every generation, will have their own talented artists to really, like, oh, okay, I grew up with this person, or I grew up with these people, but it happens all the time. My issue is, and I have some concerns, because I've been lurking, I've been living my own life, doing my thing, but I've been really researching as well, because I feel like the issue that I have nowadays when it comes to actually supporting these people, you have some of these fans, not all of them, so I don't want nobody coming up on your head talking about like some nonsense. I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm gonna be blunt. I said what I said. Citation Nene Leaks. So I feel like the fans just need to support these people. You like their music, buy the music, because like I said, that's just how it is. When they put out their albums, buy, save up, support. Because the issue that I have, and especially when it comes to talented black artists nowadays, especially the ones that got talent, it's like people kind of, they underestimate them, but at the same time, it's like even people tearing them down too. And like I said, I know people will have their opinions. I know people will not, like I said, gravitate to their music. I'm not here to dictate saying you should support them. This is not a channel. This is not the kind of channel, oh, you need to support them, oh, you better support them. No, I'm saying for the fans that do, go ahead and do it. Because it's like, even listening to these artists now, it's like I'm just over like the extra stuff. I'm over like toxic fans being toxic. I'm over, people bullying these artists, and like I said, and even harassing these artists. And I know that social media is important, but at the same time, social media should be a vehicle for these artists to connect with their fans. It should be a platform for these artists to connect and engage in healthy conversations and dialogues with their fans, because I feel like with this generation, everything has to be so quick. And I know that it takes time to develop a sound. It takes time to develop your art. Art takes time. But I also do not like when people have these unrealistic high expectations of these people, because one, they're human beings. Two, like I said, they gotta work around their schedules. And three, they have to be able to decide what's best for them in their music careers. Now, I understand, like I said, people want them to be swinging out the gate. I understand. And yes, time is the essence, which I understand as well. Speaking of time is the essence, like I said, I feel like, SZA is supposed to be putting out her sophomore album this year. Then Megan Thee Stallion is supposed to be putting out her debut album this year, and Normani is supposed to be putting out her debut album this year as well. And like I said, I try not to get offended. I try to be positive, and I understand people have different opinions, and that's life. And like I said, I see people's different perspectives, and I try to, be in their shoes, how they feel about being a fan of an artist that they like and that they admire, that they support. But I feel like at the same time, we got to keep in mind this is reality. We can't live our lives through these people. This is their dream. All we can do is support them. If we choose to support them, cool. If don't, that's cool too. My thing is, I have the issue is that people just need to be humble, and like I said, see what happens next. And like I said, I feel like even nowadays, it's like there's such a high demand of people want these artists to hurry up, put an album out, hurry up, put an album out, hurry up and put an album out. But you gotta be patient. Yes, patience is painful at times, but listen, when it comes to music and when it comes to people taking seriously with their craft, it takes time. That's just how it is. You can't rush the process. You can't rush the body of work, because when the final product comes in, you know, it will show, and it will, like, okay, alright, once they put out their albums this year, we will be able to hear what they came up with. We will be able to hear the different sound, especially the sound they came up with, because I noticed that when it comes to the sound of like music, everybody has their own opinions of like how, what records they want to hear. You know, they have their opinions of like, you know, the production, all that great stuff. And I just feel like listening to albums, you know, because I have a whole lot of albums in my CD collection. I got a whole lot of albums. I got like a collection of my favorite artists that I've supported throughout the years. So it's like, with that being said, you know, I feel like since I am a music lover and I love music, you know, I grew up with listening to music in my household ever since I was a little girl. You know, ever since, you know, it, you know, but I feel like, because listen, I came from a different era and I came from a different time period. I'm pretty much like a millennial, really. And I came from a different time period where, you know, it would be so great to see music platforms come back to the forefront, because for artists like SZA, Megan Thee Stallion, and Normani Kordei, they could really benefit being on a music platform. What I mean by that, being specific, TRL, 106 in Park, we had like Rap City back in the day. There was a show called Rap City back in the day on BT. And it's so frustrating because now it's like it's a new day and a new age, and for these artists to promote their music and promote their art, they gotta find other ways to really catch on to the audience. And since the audience have, you know, some of them have a short attention span because it's like they need something quick. You know, it's gimme, gimme, gimme. You got, you know, and really it's like, I understand that, but I want these artists to make sure that they do the best work that they can do with their music, you know. And like I said, you know, because I feel that being able to really develop your art and develop your own skill, you have to take the time and you got to make the effort to really make sure that you want people to know who you are. You want people to know, okay, this is who I am, you know, this is what I did. I did this. I put in the work. I did that. And unfortunately, it's so sad because you got some fans who are ungrateful. They feel like everything revolves around them when it really don't. It's, you gotta work, you know, you gotta have like a sense of like, okay, you know what, I'm getting impatient, you know, okay, fine, but I'll listen to other artists as well in the process until my favorite artists come out, and that'll be cool. Because this mentality nowadays is like, I'm not trying to like really like rant. What I'm saying is that to the point is like, let's support these people. Let's support them. Let's, you know, do the work. Let's buy the music. My thing is, buy the music. Don't just do the streaming, because I understand that's a new way for people to buy the music, to get to, you know, support. But we gotta buy the music. We gotta buy CDs. Now, yeah, CDs ain't selling nowadays, you know, but where I came from in my era, everybody was buying CDs. Everybody was buying CDs when the album came out, especially with the album promotion and the press release and the artists getting ready to, like, you know, put out their music, and even the singles lined up, and the singles were doing really well. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, especially with Normani Kordei, and yes, I'm going to talk about it whether people like it or not. Normani Kordei, so far, her singles that she has put out, Waves, Motivation, Love Lies featuring Khalid, Dancing with a Stranger featuring Sam Smith, and Diamonds featuring Megan Thee Stallion. And this is the thing where I'm concerned with Normani, because it's like, I know that, you know, like I said, I just want for her team, her management, to go back to the drawing board and find and just strategize how to promote her. so far she has been, getting where she needs to go. But sometimes I feel like, and as well as the fans as well, it's frustrating because it's almost like we want her to get the success that she deserves. We want her to do well. And like I said, it's up to her. And like I said, anything that happens is out of our control. We do have the right to say what we want to say, but we can't be having this mentality of like harassing her, because we have to respect her space. We have to learn boundaries. And like I said, there were some things that been going on that I did not like at all, period, that I do not tolerate. Because I feel like you support an artist, you should just support them and wait till their music comes out. And also, even with her, it's kind of like she has all that talent and she got a lot of that, but it's like, it's not necessarily like, oh, she's not putting in the work, she don't care. And like I said, she also has to speak up for herself when she needs to communicate with her team to say, listen, this ain't going right, or this ain't going right, or okay, we need to do something different. We need to make sure that this needs to get done, A, B, and C to get done. So, my album, by the time I put out my album and then get these singles lined up, then I'll get the ball rolling. So, with that being said, she has been going through like, trying to, stay consistent with her singles and promotion. But at the same time, like I said, life is trial and error. Like I said, it is what it is. It teaches us to grow and it teaches us to learn from our mistakes and keep getting better. But it's like with her, I'm a huge fan, period. But I know sometimes, just like my favorite artist, I do have to put my foot down. I do have to turn to a Super Saiyan when I want to. But I feel like I'm going to have to really be very honest and blunt, but at the same time, I'm being fair. And I don't like being biased, and I don't like to write people off, because I know how it feels when it comes down to the pressure and trying to do well in life. I know. I've been there. I've had experiences. So I know that, you want to do well, but you got to make sure that you have the right connections and the right resources for you to move up to that level. And it takes time. But with that being said, like I said, I want Normani Kordei to really, like I said, take her time with her debut album. She got the time, and like I said, I really, like I said, I hate when people try to, make it seem like that just because things ain't going like this, snap, 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 that, yes, time is the essence, but, I feel like people should use that time to put in the work and do what they got to do. And also, like I said, I want the Normani Nation to support Normani. Yes, we have our own concerns. Yes, we're going to have constructive criticism, but I don't want the fan base to be toxic and put her down, okay? Because she's been through so much already, alright? But at the end of the day, we should just support her, buy her music, send her unconditional love, and that's that. And that's all I have to say. But with that being said, guys, I'm really excited for these three women, do well in music and really go in for the kill and really do what it do and make their fans happy and also keep themselves happy as well, because their mental health is important as well. So yeah. And like I said, this is something to celebrate. I'm really happy for these ladies. I'm really proud of them that they have booked and secured the magazine cover of Rolling Stone. And this is a great representation of like black women. Young little black girls can like see, oh, okay, there are people that just look just like me. So with that being said, guys, please do not be afraid to express your thoughts and your opinions on my channel. As always, you guys are really more welcome to have a conversation with me, and like I said, just go for it. So with that being said, guys, please do not be afraid to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. Please do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Please do not be afraid to hit that notification button. Please stay tuned on the next episode of Give Cincinnati 2, Dragon Ball Z narrator reference. Peace, bye-bye, and as always, y'all, This year is the year for everybody to thrive. And I want to say that this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So with that being said, peace, bye-bye. Your girl is exiting out. And as always, y'all, this Super Saiyan's out.